Let's go.
Now, it is Sunday morning, and as I said, lots to talk about today, and this is exciting because whatever your Christmas traditions, it's unlikely that dressing up a tractor is one of your festive jobs, but that's exactly what members of the Tewkesbury Young Farmers Club are doing today. Now, later this morning, the annual Christmas Tractor Road Run takes place through Tewkesbury. Now, farmers, they bring their decorated tractors along the route through Turley, Staunton, Ashleworth, Red Marley, and they end up in Apperley. Now, this event is raising money for Tewkesbury Food Bank this year, and the best dressed tractor will win the prize. But what does it take to be the best one? Let's have a chat to Richard Cornock, also known as the YouTube star, the Funky Farmer. He's going to be judging the competition. Good morning to you, Richard. Nice to have you on.
Good morning. I'm live from the farmyard.
You're live from the farmyard,
yeah.
Lordy. So how long have you been out there in the farmyard?
I started early. So I was up at 5:15 this morning. So I've got to get everything done here, milking, cleaning out, feeding, before I head up to Ashleworth to have a look at these wonderful tractors.
Right, so have you got everything done? Are you ahead with your jobs?
No, well, I am ahead with my jobs. I've still got a little bit more feeding to do. The calves have got to be done, a bit of bedding down. But I shall crack all that by 9 o'clock at the latest. Before then, anyway.
Okay, and what's the weather like out there? Because to me, it felt a little bit warmer than yesterday. I use the word term warm loosely because it's still chilly, isn't it?
It is chilly, but it's warmer than yesterday. Yesterday was a beautiful morning, actually. The frost was on the ground. There was a lovely sunrise. I saw a goose fly in on one of our ponds. It was magical. Not quite so frosty this morning.
Right. Okay. Well, that you've painted a beautiful picture there. You've made it seem as if being up at that time of the morning with a good frost on is a good thing. So there we go. We want to embrace that now. Now, the Tewkesbury Young Farmers Club are having a tractor run today, but it's more than just having fun, isn't it? It's more than just having fun. The Young Farmers Federation, which is obviously nationwide. What goes on there? What happens at the Young Farmers Federation?
Well, it's a wonderful organisation, actually. I'm very biased because I was a member of it when I was younger. My youngest son has just joined. It's a youth group, really, for people who enjoy the countryside. It's not just for farmers or farmers' sons or daughters. It is for generally anyone can come along to it. But it's got a rural sort of ethos, if you like. In fact, that you can do things like stock judging, and you can go across and do farm tours and things like that. But they also have a lot of fun. They do a lot of variety of things. My son in the last couple of months, he's just joined. He's been doing pumpkin carving. I think they're going ice skating next on Monday. You know, they had a scavenger hunt the other day. That was hilarious, going off to find things. But also, it's bringing people together, you know, young kids together, but also in a kind of way they don't realise it. They're learning skills for life, because as I did it when I was younger, I did public speaking, I did things like stock judging. It boosts your confidence. It gets you out there to do things which you wouldn't necessarily do otherwise. And then later in life, you suddenly realise, crikey, I can speak to an audience and stuff, because I did public speaking competitions in young farmers. So there's a massive raft of things. I could go on forever about the things they do. There's loads of travel. You can do travel with them. There's all sorts. I recommend anyone to give it a go if you fancy a bit of variety.
Do you know, it's interesting hearing you talk, because I would have thought prior to this conversation that young farmers meant just that, young farmers. But you're saying that it isn't just that. Anybody can get involved.
Oh, that's right. It's open to everyone, and there's plenty of people. My son goes with a friend who's living just on a housing estate, has got no farming background at all, but he's just got an interest, you know. And last Monday they went off and they were actually judging horses, believe it or not. I mean, I know nothing about horses. My son didn't either. But fair play to them. That they were 12 years old. They went into the room and they had a chat with the judge and gave their reasons, and they had a lovely time. And do you know what? It's all about that, getting out there and having a lovely time, getting kids together and doing things. I think it's important. You know, it's too easy to sit on the PlayStation or something, isn't it? But if you've got a bit of will, get out there, do something positive. And I think Young Farmers does loads of things positive. As this tractor run is a positive.
Well, do you know, I think that it is a wonderful thing because, like you say, you're learning life skills, and it may take you down a route that you hadn't actually thought that you would go down. You know, just based on what you learn and the experiences that you're having and the conversations that you're having with other people as well. It's a good thing to do.
Absolutely. And do you know what? The other thing as well, which you kind of don't realise when you're younger, is that the amount of contacts you build up through life through it. Because I bump into people all the time now, and you go, do you remember when we went to a Blackpool AGM with the young farmers in, 1990 or something like that? And you can look back on those memories, and it's wonderful. I mean, when I go out today to this tractor run, I know I'll see Anthony Wilkes there. I knew him from Young Farmers, and you can look back on the times that you spent together. You know, it's a wonderful networking thing, not just, you know, doing activities. It's just a networking thing that you build up. You don't realise how important that is in life until you're older.
Now, we know that you're going to be judging the best tractor. So
Yeah.
When you're looking at these tractors, what makes one that you're going to think, oh, you could win this prize? What's it got to look like? Has it got to be stand out? What's it going to be doing?
Well, the interesting thing is there is no qualification for best dressed tractor judging. So I'm no more qualified than anyone else. But I think the more the better. Go for it, big time, you know. I don't mind what people do. They could maybe put a little bit of tinsel on, but I think let's go a bit extravagant, a bit over the top. Let's make this bright and shiny, you know, because we want everyone to see a lovely kind of display of tractors driving around. The interesting thing I did think earlier is that if you think of a run of tractors, say 10 in a row, it's almost like a string of Christmas lights because they're all different colours. There's tractors, you know, red, blue, green, you know, so it's almost like a string of Christmas tree lights to start with.
Well, you know what? That is very true. I wasn't here this time last year, but I remember seeing this on YouTube where it came up on Facebook, and it looked absolutely splendid. I think it was last year or the year before or something like that, but I thought absolutely fantastic. What's your favourite make of tractor then?
Oh, I shouldn't really show bias, should I?
Well, you might as well. I've asked you now.
I have to go. I'm a bit of a Massey man, really,
Yes.
to be honest. I do like a Massey. But my son's a Ford boy.
You see, my dad, you know, he grew up on a farm and he was always Massey's all the way down the line. Absolutely. Yeah. So that is excellent. Right. Now, regarding this tractor run, how's it going to work? Is there going to be traffic chaos? Do people need to watch out for this?
Well, I mean, obviously, if you're behind a row of tractors, it's going to slow your day out down a bit. It's Sunday. Hopefully, the roads are fairly quiet. I think the thing is, people who are listening today, if they're stuck behind this tractor, just think of the good cause that it's raising money for. It's all about raising money for Tewkesbury Food Bank and some for Young Farmers Funds. It's a really worthwhile cause. Give these guys a break. The main thing I can say, right, is if you see these tractors driving by you, make sure you give them a massive wave or a cheer because they're making an effort today, you know, and it boosts your spirits when people get on board and join in the sort of jollity of the event. So if you do see them driving around Gloucestershire, give them a massive wave. Just wave like hell, you know, that's my advice.
Well, I'm sure that there's going to be plenty of that and plenty of videos being shot of that whole procession. Listen, we'll let you get your jobs done so you can get down there and do the judging. Richard, it's been lovely talking to you. Thank you for coming on, okay? That is Richard Cornock, dairy farmer and known as the Funky Farmer, and you can go and find him on YouTube, which I shall be doing right now. And if you do want to go and check that out, because honestly, if it's the same one that I saw on Facebook, it is a sight to behold. And at 11 o'clock, they are going to be leaving Colways Farm. 11:15, the Turley Village Hall. 11:35, they'll be at the Prince of Wales pub in Staunton. To midday, they'll reach Ashelworth Village Hub. At 12:15, they'll be at the Royal Exchange. 1:15, they'll arrive at the Rose and Crown pub in Red Marley. 2 o'clock, they leave the Rose and Crown pub. And 2:20, they're in Pendock. At 3 o'clock, Bushley. And at 3:30, Tewkesbury High Street. And then at 4:15, the Farmer's Arms in Appley. So that is what's going on there. And remember, the Funky Farmer that we just talked to will be there to judge the best dressed tractor. That's going to be a sight to behold. Absolutely fantastic.
We're just driving up now. got a great big lorry coming now.
There's tractors behind us, there's tractors in front.